Where is Art going? We're not going anywhere. I want to go to bed. Okay, guys. Heads up. It's two things. Announcements. Number one, I'm not going to be a very good moderator because I was up till 6 watching the World Cup. So that's the first problem. And thank God the conference today is the last day and everything. I can take a pause if everybody wants to take pictures and everything first. We can totally do that. Second thing is that there are seats in the middle. If anybody so for those of you who don't have your phones out and everything like that, if anybody wants to take a seat, look, guys, as a community, can we just raise our hands if we've got empty seats beside you so those people can actually sit down and everybody at the side, everything. 你们站，你们脚不会酸啊，真的站得很久了嘞 and everything. So yeah, just help yourself, everything like that. Right, on to it. My name is Gabriel. I work for ARC. This is my boss, by the way. Basically, ARC is, and I'm going to say it the way I say it, and he's going to say it a different way. ARC is a membership-based community, online, offline. We're NFT-gated. Means you need NFTs to get kind of like a pass and everything like that. Soulbound, and we are also a soulbound token. So basically, it's tied to your MetaMask. You can't transfer it, you can't burn it. That's what's unique about us and everything like that. I'll let Elroy say the rest of the things. My other background's not interesting. Basically, I've been in the space for a while already, fortunately or unfortunately. Let's just do very quick, maybe 30-second intros, everyone, about yourselves and everything like that. Let's focus a little bit more about what you actually are doing in your current roles, right? So that we can actually get to the crux of it, right? Elroy?
Hi, my name is Elroy Cheo. I'm the co-founder of ARC. So I started crypto. I was brought in space as a builder in 2016. Oversight, too early to build back then. It was an era of protocol building. So started investing. Very fortunate to be in Singapore because all the top projects came in Singapore to raise money. I always thought that crypto was a whole house of cards, but but I was always very interested in tech of how you can use the Web3 tech to really build better digital products or better digital experiences. And I'm now back building again, co-founder of ARC, which is a Web3 community first Web3 social product. It's just to summarize. Built the sickest community that Asia has ever seen, whether Web2 or Web3. From this community, we're going to launch a lot of projects, digital collections, whether it's NFT collections, token projects, consumer packaged goods, physical locations, big experiential events in Asia first and worldwide in the future. But yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Annie?
Oh, hi, I'm Annie E, and I'm the Theirsverse ambassador because my son is the co-founder. So I'm supporting him to create the Theirsverse. And Theirsverse is the first community to supporting the LGBTQ. So our base is in New York, and we launched about 4 months right now. And we are so lucky that we've been like 3 weeks ago in London, and we have in the OpenSea ranking 1. That is really awesome, so happy to hear.
A pleasure. Disco, how's it going?
Hi guys, it's Disco.eth. I am a early NFT collector, and we founded ZombieClub to be the first sort of Asian club to share NFT information back in last year. I'm also a Yuga Lab mod in MeBeats, and also in probably another 40 projects.
Okay, nice. Fred?
Hi, my name's Fred. So I'm the head of adoption over at TC APAC, Tezos. So what I do is very simple, education programs. We organize hackathons. We recently completed our incubator program, and we do a little bit of partnerships here and there.
Nice, thank you very much. Right, I'm just gonna kick it off. Straight question, first one, I copied it from the title. Why do creators, and when I say creators, I'm being vague on purpose. I don't care whether you're a fashion designer, I don't care whether you're a musician, I don't care whether you're a busker, I don't care whether you're this JPEG rug puller, whatever. Why does, I heard a laugh, somebody's got something to share. What I wanna know is, why does creators need Web3? And I'm just going to throw it out, right? Anybody's going to answer for that. If not, I'm just going to start with Fred. But like, why? Because you're looking at me. You're looking at me, bro, right? And Elroy's in my blind spot. Yeah.
Ask Fred because Tezos is FX Hash and it's one of the top creator art blockchain. So
Yeah, I think Tezos does amazing jobs for the creator and artist community, especially indie artist community in Southeast Asia. They're probably the ones that focus a lot on it as well, right? But yeah, just want to know, why do creators need Web3?
I think it's about the whole digital narrative right now and the whole experience of it, making it really easy. One of the things that I really like talking about right now is that phygital experience, the physical digital time. And you know, all of this blockchain technologies, it's going into that. We're looking at it, and you know, we see all of these great communities building around it. There's a lot of support, and it's becoming a very vibrant scene. So this is what we really try and do.
Define vibrant.
So essentially, we are seeing a lot of artists coming in. It can be art. It can be a lot of different things as well. And then they actually form their own communities, their own meetups. I mean, there's a Tezos. Okay, disclaimer: I didn't know there was a Tezos Taipei until I came over, and then after that, I think they're also in this room as well. So
raise your hands if you are. No, you lied.
Oh, okay,
Next.
I lied. You caught me right in the act. So basically, is that you know, and they self-organize, and these things. I mean, it's the true mark of decentralization, right? And if they really support something, they do meetups. I mean, you guys at ARC, you have meetups all over the place as well. And I think it's just, you know, the love of Web3, the love of this technology that just brings everyone together.
I just thought everybody wants to meet Elroy. Could be.
Yeah, it could be that.
Annie, maybe you've got something to say. I'm very interested, maybe from your perspective, or maybe Disco, you can chip in as well, you know, given that you guys done it well. Onto that question, I want to look, explain it to the audience more from a commercial lens. Like, I think a lot of people, when you talk creators, when you talk about Web3, it's like you have that ownership, you have peer-to-peer, you have direct access to your fans and all your supporters and everything. You don't have a middleman. To play devil's advocate, I would say I don't disagree. However, that middleman creates the platform that it enables. I don't care whether they take 20% or 80% or whatever it is. But if even if it's $10 million, $1 million, $100, it's money you probably would not have if you tried to go independent via a Web3 platform. So that's kind of like, I want to hear your insights from a commercial perspective about why creators need Web3.
Okay, I think for creators and especially digital artists or musicians, right? This is a once-of-a-time opportunity for artists. Now there's artist royalty fee. That would be the biggest topic of blockchain. It's unlike any business model that you had previously. And also for you to connect with 400, 500 of users in Discord, it's a totally different experience from you to have your work being displayed or showed by a gallery. You don't have that normally. And I believe there's more demand for digital content or digital asset in the coming years, especially with the rising theme of AR glasses. We'll be getting AR glasses within 1 or 2 years. The AR glasses, Apple AR glasses are dropping in 2024 with Taiwanese patent of the batteries that can last for a day. So that will gradually change the demand for digital assets, especially 3D assets within 4 to 5 years. It's going to be like the first wave of Apple Watches where no one wears them. But over 5 to 6 years, it's going to get cheaper and so convenient that everybody will use them. Yeah, so I think it's the best time to hop in creation in Web3.
You're saying that it's the best time to hop in. This is, okay? Yeah, best time to hop in now, despite the market being the way it is, despite the low volumes you see in NFTs, despite the curiosity, that's why everybody's in this room, I would expect or assume. And despite all of these factors, you think that now is still the best time. Annie, do you agree with that?
I think I learned a lot from the Theirsverse because this year we create Theirsverse and we have a very clear content because you will think, The BAYC is directly like male, and last year we have World of Women is directly like female. But I still don't know why now it's 2022, but we're still talking about the gender in the Web3. That's so weird. So we think about if we move that decentralized, not only the economic system, also move to the spirits for the heart. So I have to say, when we create a new concept and new branding story, that's what we do the first with the community that we're looking for. And when we have that clear dreaming, and I think that is really good because my son is drag queen and he also is the co-founder and artist director that I said. And well, you know, because if he graduate, if he want to become an artist, it really takes a long time. You have to have the money, resource, and then you can go to the gallery. It's a long way for the next generation, for the young people. So that's why we create 16 young Creole artists, like from Central St. Martin, Parsons, everywhere, and then give them the chance. So Theirsverse also have a young artist found. And we give them that, they order like the Gen Z, we give them the chance to create themselves. And I think for me, it's like change the consumer, become holder, and then holder become community. After that, become the contributor. That is amazing. So I think NFT, we say Web3 is a create economy. I totally agree that because when we like 4 months right now, but you will see that the whole community have the same faith that NFT not just about the community, also is the way to, you know, make some noise and make some dreams for the next generation and actually maybe can change the world, you know. So I think NFT is not just that easy.
Change the world. I hope Greta Thunberg is hearing this. Oh, you know her. The next thing, and for Elroy, you've heard what the three fellows panelists have said and everything like that. Would it then be incorrect for me to say that as part of the community, you have all these creators. Therefore, the community is now a product. So that means it's not the platform you're building, it's not the NFTs, but actually what you have, right, and everybody thinks about it, and I don't want to go whole Andrew Tate on it, but the community is now the product you have, right? That means essentially it's the product and your community is therefore the brand, right? What would you say about it? And I know we disagree a lot in office.
Yeah, so I think for, especially for ARC, we built ARC on the premise that we believe in digital communities moving forward. So actually the idea of ARC actually started 4 years ago, you know, when we were just sitting around as friends and everything. And we decided that, hey, there wasn't a single thriving community in Asia that we wanted to be a part of. So we started that idea, but you know, the community is definitely the product, and when that happens, the relationship between the brand and the customer, or the brand and the user, becomes the brand to the member. Well, that's for us. You know, some other projects may call it holder, but for us, we dive deep into community building strategies. So you know, like it's a combination of old traditional models, community models, plus adding layers of incentivization on top. We don't have token incentivization right now, but that's definitely a goal. I firmly believe that if you're building Web3, you definitely need to take advantage of the different incentive structures that Web3 has. But I guess, you know, like when your community is a product, you have to not just focus on extrinsic motivation. I think it's very similar to that GameFi panel just before. For games, the game has to be fun, and that means players are more intrinsically motivated. But for ARC as well,
more fun than the panel just now.
Yeah,
okay.
But I guess for ARC, you know, like we really focus on old traditional models as well, because those models actually raise intrinsic motivations of being a community member. So you know, like boring stuff like establishing membership, establishing influence, and influence is basically just giving your members a voice, letting their voices be heard. Your fulfillment of their integration and needs. You know, that's why I have to service all these people in front, ARC members. Yeah.
You guys are not Tesla's Taipei, right? Just confirm.
And you know, shared emotional connections as well, whether it's like through rituals. So rituals are super important if your community is your product. You know, GM is a ritual. You know, I don't know if you guys know crypto dick butts. One dick equals one butt was a ritual, came out from the Discord as well.
Louder.
Yeah.
Is it bad? Is it? Thank you.
But yeah, definitely community is a product.
Is anybody's got anything to say to that? Look, guys, don't make this an interview, right? If not, everybody's going to be sibei boring.
You went from interview or whatever to a roasting session. I'm getting roasted here
Look,
right
it's
now.
It's 3 p.m. It's almost the last conference. They need to stay awake.
Talking about the IP.
Yes,
yeah,
please.
Yeah. Actually, like Theirsverse, what we're doing is because Theirsverse is like a young generation, artistic, and unisex. So the top brand really love us. So that we have a chance in New York, cooperate with the Chanel boutique. Yeah, and they put the makeup. We use the Chanel and put in the our holder's face that the PAP the makeup. So after that, we found like Azuki also. They cooperate with the Red Bull right now, and BAYC have like 300 IP, like hamburger, beer, costume, everything in the worldwide right now. So well, we all see last year because the market is really good. You will see all the deck, all the NFT deck. The end is like metaverse, but now it's really difficult because it's difficult to get the investor to create the metaverse. Not so easy. Also, maybe create the metaverse, you have to use the token, and it's so Bible right now. Right, even FTX, bro. So, what is the NFT going to next step? I think become an IP is a good chance for the NFT. So like we have a skateboard team right now because our community is all like born after 2000 after, so they are really young. So we create a skateboard, Frybeat. We also cooperate with a lot of top branding like Dior, Chanel, and so I think if we can...
When you say collaborate, what does Chanel and all this give you guys in return? Is it a collaborative? Is it a commercial agreement?
Yeah, actually the top branding, they all want to try because they know that it's the trendy right now, the metaverse, blockchain, everything, NFT, but they can't touch by themselves because, the Web3 is still very traditional. So, and then they inviting us and our holder, to experience the new season, the makeup, and then, but they don't know how to put it in, but NFT, because our PFP is so beautiful, so they put that to even the queer model face, and then use the Chanel boutique. And they sponsor us for whole event, and also let us use that branding to, announcement for the news and paper. Then also you can see CryptoPunk cooperate with the Tiffany. Yeah, that's necklace. So I think the next step, if we can't go to the metaverse yet, or we don't know, we don't create the gaming right now. But I think bear market is build the NFT branding the best timing. So now we're more focusing about to change the community. And after Dior and Chanel, that event, and our community will feel so proud because wow, we cooperate with Chanel, and they will more contributor with you. So skateboard, that skateboard side community is created by themselves, and we're supporting their money sometimes. We're supporting their, to do the event, find the place, and find the, everything to help the community to build by themselves. And that 4 months, they are really, I have to say, Web3 has a word that we will say, let's build together. I think definitely the NFT community is built together the best way to become a branding right now.
So you mentioned build together, and I think it's something that coincides and meshes very nicely with that whole bear market is for building. Kind of statement, true or untrue. I think it's another debatable for another panel or podcast. I'd like to ask the other two gentlemen as well, since we're on that note and we're talking about building in the space, going back to the title. I want to hear from your own personal perspectives. Take away Tesla's head, take away the Zombieland head, right? And we've all have previous experiences, even in Web 2, talking about, I can't do that, but yes, amazing. You're a good sport. We should do this more often, Fred. Yeah, and the question I want to ask is, what's more important, right? You say that community built together everything. So what's more important, community informed or community driven when it comes to your activities? They're very, very two different things, right? What's more important? Yeah, I know. I stole the statement from Ray from 9gag, right? He's an old friend, right? And we disagree on this a lot. But I want to hear from both your perspectives. Community, what's more important? Community informed or community driven? And Elroy and Annie can feel free to interrupt. But I would love to hear from what Disco and maybe Fred has to say.
Oh, I go first? Okay, cool. I don't even know what I'm going to say to that one yet. But I'd say is that inform the community, make a decision. But at the same time, if there's way too many voices in the room, it's never going to get anywhere.
That's actually the purpose of my question, because I do feel that with communities, on paper, it seems like a very fantastic idea. You've got, I don't know, 500 people, 1,000 people working together, right? It's kind of like the flaws of democracy, right? Or the flaws of UK politics, since, Annie mentioned London, right? Which is that, people just spend all their time just debating over what's right or what's wrong, or what they think, or just insulting each other where they went to school, instead of actually solving the problem, right? So that's kind of like the motivation for the question and everything. But please, go ahead.
So I think it's more towards like problem solving. Like if you have a better idea and a better way to do things, then definitely go down that path. And if that's an option and you want the community to vote on it, that's great. But if you're just going to discuss and just keep on going in a loop round and round and round, you're not going to get anywhere, then just...
Agree. Disco? You've been in NFTs, what, 2019 or something, if I recall? Yeah. So you've probably had a little bit of insights into that aspect. We'd love to hear what you have to say. Please disagree with Fred, if possible.
Well, I think to get stuff done, communities are, every community is very likely going through more of a centralized stance to a decentralized stance in time. It takes time for the community to mature, and it comes down to the purpose of the community, like why are you together inside this Discord room? That is the sort of centerpiece of the community. Do you share a common interest on a certain NFT? Do you have a common goal that you are working towards to? So each project in Discord has a different approach, and I don't think, I think 95% of the projects on the market should not call themselves a DAO before the community key members, the core members actually settle down. And with time, I believe this is the best time to build trust on chain, where your wallet address, where whatever you said in the Discord has always been there. And yeah, so I don't think it's a binary option of being community informed or community driven. It's a case-by-case solution to your individual cases. I hope that answers the question.
Yeah, for me, I guess it's definitely a combination of community informed and community led. You need to inform your community because, like, just the question just now, when your community is your product, you need to build trust in them. And how you build trust is that regular, consistent alignment, values, updates, beliefs. For us, is like even shared purpose as well. So you need to have the consistent alignment. But totally agree with Disco. For us, we were originally based on the DAO model. So glad we didn't do that. So we really do believe that a centralized team, even for DAOs in 10 years' time, a centralized team is still required to lead progress. So I guess for ARC, we have sub-communities that form within ARC. We have legal, creative, builder, token alpha, NFT alpha. But I don't let them actually make all the decisions. I definitely have to do many alignment calls with them, give them directions and all. So that's community informed, but community led is super important as well. I guess this is why we are all in Web3. For us, ARC is built on the ethos of collaborations and co-creation.
Where do you think the level, we talk about trust, where do you think ARC is on the trust scale right now with its community?
Can I answer the question?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Actually, I think at the very beginning, you have to make the belief. Yeah, the community believe the project team can do something, and the project team believe, the holder can become a diamond hand. That's the, two-way. And after that, after the community, after the launch, you have a community already. Then you have to build the trust, the belief, something you two believe that we can make. Even we have like 40% male holder, they not LGBTQ, but they still believe that Theirsverse can become really amazing project. And after that, that will become like faith, turn to the faith. Like whole community and the project team become
kind
like
of like
family.
a religion.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Now, so that faith can let your guys through everything difficult. That's actually, Theirsverse is in worldwide everywhere. We've been like New York, Miami, London, Paris, Tokyo, Hong Kong, Singapore. The project is everywhere these 4 months. But I have to say, our community has a strong faith that we can be through this bear market, we can build together. So like, we didn't do the Twitter space by ourselves. We don't have the project team actually right now. The Twitter space, the site community, and the Discord, everything is built by our community. We choose pick up one people there, and then choose them, and then sometimes we pay, sometimes we give them some more good utility. That's what we're doing. Actually, there is no more project team in the Theirsverse, I have to say.
That's amazing. I'm going to take a quick pause. I'm looking at the clock. We've got about 6 minutes left. Before I move on to probably my last couple of questions, anybody's got any questions for the panelists? Anybody can raise your hands? Yo, Denzel. What's up? Wait, hold on. Come here.
So with communities, you know, I think this question is just really Fred. With all the communities you've seen so far, in your experience, right? You know, what really drives, you know, growth in a community, in pulling people together?
Money.
That one he has. I mean, go up to him and just take a look at his watch, right?
Totally. That's why he's got his arm rested like this, because it's like watch flex and everything like that.
The dude be like,
yeah,
all right.
Totally.
No, but then at the same time, it's like so he asked this question specifically because he wants me to say something, and essentially is that we were out one night, and then after that we were just trying to do a social experiment here. We wanted to do something fun, and then after that, we were a little bit bored as well. So we just really, really want to do something fun. And then somehow it just blew up he calls it alcohol DAO. So if you just talk to him about it. But essentially is that, I think it's about having fun. It's about delivering to your community as well, right? You gotta consistently deliver. Like over here at Tezos, I'm gonna pull it back to Tezos, not give him the limelight. But it's that, we got to make sure that all of the things that we do it for the community. So what I say is that we want to make sure that the chain utilization is there. We want all of these, you know, where we're strong at is a lot of artists. So we do a lot of digital art. Like this year alone, we did a lot of art festivals. So we went there, we featured our local artists. So like this year in Hong Kong, I was there as well with the team. What happened is that we featured 17 artists across APAC, and we featured their work at Art Basel. It's like, you are a digital artist building on Tezos. We want to recognize that. So we are always in recognition of our community as well. And we want to make sure we provide that experience so that it's seamless and, you know, they feel very welcome. We kind of be like, we want to build a home. Like, you be back, you're comfortable, you're always building, and we're always delivering.
Nice. Any more questions? Anybody? Just raise your hand. No? Seriously, because such an obedient crowd. I miss the US. Right, 2 minutes left. I want to hear, and I think this doesn't get asked enough. I think both Disco and Elroy, you definitely have something to say, and I think it ties back to the trust question as well. When you talk about your communities, especially with creators hit mental blocks, they hit struggles, they hit challenges, right? Most importantly, I'm going to say it as it is, communities will also face betrayals, right? Because you could be part of a community, you see something better, look, I'm doing this for myself, right? I'm doing this in Web3. As much as I love the community, all of us are motivated by commercials, right? I say this a lot. It's kind of like my favorite word for the week. And people may just leave because somebody else offers better opportunities, somebody else offers better utilities, etc., etc. I just wanted to throw it up as a final question. So how do you ensure you still capture attention and focus? Especially, don't forget, these creators create not for fun. They create because they want to make a livelihood. I agree with Fred on this. I think Web3 opens the doors for creators to actually make a living, right? In whatever currency, right? Except at FTT. And my point is that with that in mind, I want to know, how are you going to maintain and capture that attention and focus that is so important, whether is it 4 months, 4 years, or hopefully not 40 years. 40 years will be like Web 6 or something like that by then. Yeah. But Elroy, please, take us home.
I guess for ARC, we really try to establish very personal bonds with our members. So I guess for me, myself, I do calls and I meet my members almost every day. So every week I meet sellers every single day, whether on calls or my weekends I do with them. But I guess you need to really craft and brand your community experience. So I always use this example. In a traditional business, your user conversion funnel is very linear. So you're pushing your users all the way down the end of the funnel to ultimately get them transact. But in a community-led funnel, you actually try to retain them in the middle of the conversion funnel. And what I mean is that you're trying to define your community experience. For us, our community experience is a combination of obviously online on our app. That's why we actually chose to house a community on our app. I think we're the first wallet, we're the first community, we're the first Web3 project to actually create a community infrastructure with wallet to app integration. You know, so we have like networking tools, we have rooms that's more features than Twitter Spaces. We have a wall feature which is like a hybrid of Twitter and Reddit. And through this app, we actually provide regular content programming. So we actually plan our content about 1 to 2 months in advance. You know, so we try to bring in. I mean, the app is always evolving, and through the evolving evolution of the features and all, that's going to help us to actually try to capture more attention. But I think you cannot forget offline as well. You know, when I first actually saw NFTs, right? I remember we were researching NFTs in my company. We chanced across a website called Bored Apes. It was minting. I told them, like, this looks like a scam. Like, why is the roadmap merch? Pay back our mothers, events, right? So I look at merch, I look at events, I was like, anyone can do that, but it really, it told me, right? I mean, after so long, it's quite apparent that merch is really to build brand and culture. Events is really build an experience. I think experience to us is very important. Like, to me, if you ask me my definition of what NFTs are, to me, NFTs are a mechanism to distribute access to experiences. For ARC, is access to experiences that people usually could not have. And that also means work opportunities. Like, so our brand value at ARC is very high. So a lot of global brands actually reach out to us. For example, talking to a very top whiskey brand right now, they want me to nominate a few members from my community to actually work on a new bottle, the packaging, and the community would decide the cost. 30-year-old cost, 50-year-old cost, 60-year-old cost, I don't know, right? Can either sell it as a physical product or sell it as NFTs. And we sell it as NFTs. The whiskey distillery would add in their own experiential perks. But yeah, anyway, I was just told to stop talking.
He's pastoring. No, I'm just cautious of time and everything like that. And unfortunately, the people on the next panelists are my friends, so I can't keep them waiting as well. Gotta respect us. Hey Pat, hey Holly, hey Kun. Yeah. Anybody's got anything else to add to that? It's just an open mic question with regards to what I said about keeping our community's attention span struggles. Anybody anything to add to that?
I have 20,000 followers in my social media.
Nice.
And yeah, and I'm a singer, actress for this entertainment job about 30 years.
Yep.
It's a really long time.
Yep.
But I didn't give that build together chance to my fans before. I didn't give them, I have to say. So that's why I'm not just builder Theirsverse, also I want to become Web3's contributor. So actually we learn a lot from the Zombie. Yeah, that's why we canceled the 10K. We changed to the 5,500 because the Zombie teach us how to, build the right piece. And so I think for me, for my personal, actually, I really like the Web3. I want to learn more a lot from here and cooperate with other project team. And I think Web3 is a huge, not just market for me, and also it's how to create together and let like my fans to know what is the decentralized, what we can do together. So for me, I'm so fall in love with Web3 these few months.
I think people won't realize it, but I think in time to come, the industry as a whole will appreciate it, because people like you sit, similar to Elroy, if I may say so, sit on the crux of Web 2 and Web 3, what we now know as Web 2.5, right? And the best people to educate, and not just adopt, right? Adopt is whatever, right? People may listen, may not, but I think the people to really appreciate and understand what's happening in the industry comes from people like yourself, essentially, because they will listen to you, right? They're gonna not listen to a guy with a white cap, you know, with baggy pants and everything. Might be talking about myself.
But my fans will say, be careful, there's an old Bible there.
Yeah, 100%. All right, I've been told to stop. Any last questions? If not, I'm gonna kick everybody off the stage right now. Nothing? All right. Thank you, everybody. It's been a pleasure. Enjoy the rest of the day. 谢谢大家.